Hello, welcome back everybody to the Sketchcraft Shout-Out. I'm Rob D, aka Sketchcraft, and joining me tonight is the mighty Brandon James. What's up, dude?
Hey everybody, it's shout out time.
Hey,
Boop, boop, boop,
Brandon.
boop, boop.
Brandon, you've been off in Japan these last few months, living it up. When you were there, you were playing Marvel Rivals. You had to have, right?
Obviously, it came out before it came out in America.
Around the world, you've been playing this game. Pretty fun game. So people don't know about me. I did a little work on Overwatch 2. It's been about, I don't know, 4 months or so on that game, and then they dissolved our whole branch. So, but when I was on Overwatch 2, I kept saying like, man, this needs to be more like Capcom and less like Imagine FX magazine. You know what I'm saying, Brandon? Like
100%. 100%.
You know what I mean by that without throwing any specific artists under the bus?
Oh, yeah. It just needed a little sprucing up, a little excitement.
Need some of that 90s arcade action, right?
Yeah.
And they did not listen to me. I don't know if you played that game. They did not listen. Why
did anybody play that game?
You're gonna anger like 3 people in our audience. So what? So but someone out there listened because old NetEase put out this game called Marvel Rivals, and it pretty much looks like if Marvel superheroes and Marvel vs. Capcom and classic Bangus 90s style Capcom decided to make an Overwatch game, right, Brandon?
Oh, pretty much, and just throw in like a couple shots of steroids to every character and every weapon, and
that's the Bangus love, Brandon. That's the Bangus love, right? The big muscles and stuff. So, yeah, no, it's super amazing looking. Now, I would love to give you the artist names on this. Unfortunately, I did a search. Brandon did a search. We got bupkis, man. You know,
I found one artist that I follow that worked on the game, but he only did one post to just say, "Hey, I worked on the game," and that was a guy named Pyru Daily. I always butcher names, but he posted once that he like a little picture, kind of like this, just said, "Hey, I worked on this game," and that's all I could find. That's it.
Right. So what I'm asking you folks moving forward in the comments below, if you know who actually worked on the game, not the fan art and stuff, please put them in the comments, and then we would love to do a follow-up going over their art stations or their portfolios, whatever you have, you know what I mean? Give them some love, you know? Because I don't like giving the publisher the credit, you know what I mean? I mean, they paid them, so there's that. But when it comes to artistic credits, I like to give a shout-out to the actual artist, and this is just going to be like a fun geeking out. Like, first off, let's look at this Captain America. Now, admittingly, it's pretty much Iron Man Captain America, right? You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, Brandon. Here's the thing. I love it, right? To me, like, it's my kind of like action figure anatomy.
Oh, yeah,
but
100%.
What's kind of funny, man, is it's not too far off the old Liefeld Captain America, right?
Oh,
like,
no, he's got some big old chi-chis, for lack of better terms.
I don't hear anyone complaining about it. You know, I know it's the rendering or something. I don't know.
You can see that chest from the side, the back, every angle. That is all
Right.
Chesticles.
It's crazy, right? It's Iron Man, but it's super dope. Like, it just, you know, back in the 90s when Marvel superheroes came out, that was the first time I saw Captain America actually moving cool. You know, I was like, oh man, dude, he can actually do the moves, and he's doing like Shoryukens and Hadokens with the shield and stuff. And so I had always hoped with each one of those fighting games, they would have done storylines. So like, let's say Marvel Superheroes is like the Infinity Gauntlet, right?
Yeah.
And then Children of the Atom is like Jim Lee X-Men, you know, right? But then it would have been cool to do Age of Apocalypse as a game.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Heroes Reborn as a game. And then even the Ultimates as a game would have been awesome. Hey, what's up, my Scribblies? Rob here. When you're done with this video, head over to sketchcraft.com. Check this out. It's my own Squarespace website, not being paid to let you know where I made it, but just letting you know where I made it. It's got my full portfolio work, everything from Spyro, Crash Team Rumble, Berserk Boy, some stuff I did on Overwatch 2. Hey, look at that. Actually, we're spending like 4 months on this, so it's the best place to put it, sketchcraft.com. So you want to see some projects that never made it to the finish line, like a video game called Savior Machine. You go right here to sketchcraft.com, you could check out some of this stuff. Man, I did this stuff in 2009, folks. This is a project where I was going to have a chicken, a post-apocalyptic, pretty environment take down cybernetic dinosaurs in 2010. Sounds familiar. Ever hear of a game like that? But all this and more at sketchcraft.com. Want to grab some original art or lock in a commission? Check it out. Click on the shop button, and this store's got you covered. And if you like hearing me act like a caffeinated goblin about art life and other nonsense, the blog is right here as well. Like this article, Why Creative Work Isn't Always a Straight Line. Check it out. Sign up for my stupid newsletter, and I'll blast you some cool stuff straight to your inbox. Sketchcraft.com. It's not just what's drawn, it's what's between the lines that counts. Here's some Black Widow.
Damn, she looks so dope. Like, I love that belt too. Those like built-in belt to the armor. Like that's sick. Like that's so dope.
It takes the MCU, that kind of like rivet design they have, where everything's kind of like, it's not just seams, but it's like rivet, like plastic, like molded stuff, and it takes it to like a level that can't be accomplished in live action.
Right.
Like
you could have maybe like one on a shoulder or something, but you can't. It doesn't work like that. Yeah.
And then it also does the Spider-Verse thing where it has like sketchier lines. There was a guy, I want to say, it's on the tip of my tongue. Hitchum Habshi.
Hitchum Habshi is known by Pyru Daily. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, that's the guy. Pyru Daily.
That's the guy.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, but yeah, that's why I didn't want to butcher his. I didn't want to butcher his name.
Yeah, this is clearly like his art style, you know, with the looser lines and yeah. So no doubt, I'll put the link in that because this clearly came from like he probably did like the initial or the final art direction or whatever.
He did say that he was involved in some of the early character roster, visual dev, and art style concepts. So this probably is a lot of his his work or his hand on it, you know.
So what we'll do is we'll just do we'll record an art station. We'll check out his stuff, right? And give him some props there because obviously he worked out. And I'll footnote him, folks, if you want to check out his art. But we'll definitely do a video on him. But yeah, I mean, he's got like the Joe Mad Capcom kind of thing going on. Also, there was an artist I worked with, Danny or Oriozo. Danny. I'll put you a link to his stuff. I worked with him at Play Magazine. And he's worked for everybody, like Blizzard and stuff. But he had a looser line finish, even as far back as 2006 and 7 and 8, you know? That was reminiscent of this. Danny is a really good guy. But, I mean, you could see, like, here, like, with the halftones, that's, like, the Spider-Verse effect, right? Where they're, like...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they're putting that. They're mixing little halftones in. Then they're putting a little airbrushy texture right there, that little... The superhero mesh. That's like a mesh. It's like that mesh they put, the mesh texture, right?
Yeah.
Sick Black Panther. Look, this is why, man, if I was Marvel Studios, I would have just I was Marvel, Disney, I'd just buy these guys up, you know, and be like, you know what? Marvel Rivals is now an animated film coming to theaters 2026, you know? Like, this should be an animated, you know, film.
Oh, yeah, I'd watch the hell out of that.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, Adam Warlock. And I'm not an Adam Warlock fan. It's not quite my thing. Even though I like the Infinity Gauntlet stuff didn't need him for me because he wasn't in Marvel Superheroes, so I didn't care.
Right.
But still pretty sick. It's got that classic Capcom stuff. But I mean, these things, this is what sucks, man, when people commission you to do like video game characters and you're stuck drawing these armors from different angles and stuff, you know?
Oh, it's crazy. And in the video game, it's not as detailed, you know, and it has moving parts, so it's a lot of forgiving stuff. But there's so much going on here that if you were to commission it, you're like, man, not only I got to make it look cool, but now I got to add like all the chunky jewelry.
Yeah, just don't. That's my advice. Just don't.
Just don't.
Hawk and Dove.
You mean Cloak and Dagger?
Oh, sorry. Cloak and Dagger.
Franchise.
What? All I know is when Rob Liefeld was like, I made her a girl. I'm like, I wonder where you got that idea from.
Right.
Yeah, no, Cloak and Dagger's dope. I always like that you could see into his cloak when it looks like the space and stuff. It's like, I love that kind of thing. Yeah. Like, this is pretty sick. And I guarantee you this stuff will always look better this way than when they hit live action.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Now, I hope they just... I like to think they drew these figures. Sometimes they do poser, because this is kind of a poser-ish model, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. This is classic Capullo when he paints the cape on those Spawn covers, right? He did the digital. Yeah, which is great. I mean, you're invoking McFarlane. Bangus was invoking McFarlane and stuff on the Darkstalkers and Capcom art. I mean, the image guys were pretty much... He even credited that. And this Doctor Strange, right? I mean...
Damn, he's been hitting the mystical weights. Son is jacked. He's a thick boy.
He's like, that's right. I like how they gave it like an eye, kind of like in Dofus. They have these like demons that get built into houses and stuff. They have these little like eyes, and they made the gem have like an eye, which I thought was cool. It's like
sexy buff man here. Damn, they really made them so buff.
I know, but look, that's why they read well in the game. You know.
Yeah.
The minute you go to the realistic proportion, they tried it, man, with that Avengers game, that Crystal Dynamics, keeping them all realistic. It was a bad idea with the kind of actor likenesses, you know, that likenesses. They didn't have the actors likenesses, so they were like,
they kind of just
Timu, the Timu Avengers,
the Wish version Avengers.
Yeah, it did not work out. So it's nice to see someone else go, hey, you know, we could just design our own. And Groot's dope. I wonder though, like, if this were a little bit more elegant up in the shoulders, or elegant. No, he's got plenty of brown, dude. Like that. I get why giving him the green as a secondary color makes more sense.
I don't think Groot for some reason, but it's still dope. I don't know why I don't.
This is probably someone's favorite character right now, and you just like, you have for shame, Brandon.
Yeah. And you got the ultimate Hawkeye.
It really is.
This Hawkeye is so buff. He doesn't even shoot the arrows. He just like throws them like a javelin at you. Surprised they didn't give him like the young blade shaft bow where there's no string and he just shoots them like.
It's not even like this isn't even like a thin wire. These bows are so big. This is like a licorice rope. You know,
it's like a jump. It's a jump rope, is what it is. It's an exercise rope.
Yeah, I do like it though.
Oh no, it's super.
But again, you can't do all these knee pads and stuff in real life. But that's why games and comics are great. Like you wouldn't want to draw this in a comic because you'd be here for 9 years.
Oh yeah.
But you know, in a game, obviously it works pretty nice. I do think like if I were to give any note, this kind of looks like an M, and I would have made this more like an H. You know.
Yeah.
So that would be my only note. And then Thor's was it Hela? Right? Was it Hela?
Yeah.
Put the little demons up in here.
That's cool.
Yeah, look, they're all up in here too. You can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. This teal color, gamers love to put this in their digital art, man. And it does not print. When this prints, it will not print. Like this prints like mud. Looks great though in digital art and video games. Yeah, and this is like lasso tooled, folks. Like a lasso tool. They kind of lasso tool around their sketch. That cool little strong silhouette. Kirby helmet. See, you'd say almost like this helmet couldn't work in live action, but they've got really close, right?
They got pretty damn close, yeah.
Yeah, it's somewhere between the Lich King and Hela. Yeah. This sticking white out thing would have to be a CGI add-on because there's no way that works.
Yeah, there's no way you're moving in that.
Right. And then Mantis, right?
Yeah.
Little too like green and brown, the same with Groot, you know?
Yeah, she's got a little bit of a. They went more in the fairy influence, which was fine.
This is.
That is the buffest old man I ever seen.
Yes. See, people don't know this, but Professor Xavier and Aaron Lyncher were UFC buddies on the Ultimate Fighter coming up, dude. But what I love, man, is all those years people bitching about like X-Force having too many shoulder pads and muscles, but then if it's in a video game, you don't hear nothing about it.
Uh,
I remember
yeah,
the first
he's got a
time
little
calling out that
X-Men
hypocrisy was when
stopwatch
Gears of
hanging
War
there? I
came
don't know.
out. I'm like, they're all wearing shoulder pads and boots and giant and guns that are ridiculous. No one's complaining about it now. Like, perhaps you people were too harsh on the 90s.
I like that they gave her a punk rock look. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, it was that chick that just won all the Grammys, Brandon. Sabrina Carpenter? Was that it?
Sure.
Sure.
You mean Chapel Roan?
No. Sabrina Carpenter, I think. And that's Domino?
It is Luna Snow from the Agents of Atlas.
Oh, Luna Snow. Right. I'm unfamiliar with Agents of Atlas, so it's not no hashtag not my Marvel. No, I'm just This is a sick ass Loki though.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. Look, it kind of looks like teeth right there.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Like that kind of like Full Metal Alchemist. Little one in the flask kind of teeth. Yeah, this is pretty sick. Good use of multiple shades of green, warm greens, right? Cool greens. Got the cool.
Yeah, it's a nice mix.
Here.
That helmet is fucking dope.
Yeah. This is one of those commissions where you're never drawing that helmet accurately.
Oh, I would mess those horns up every time.
Right.
Not because I lack the talent or perspective to do it, obviously. Obviously. A pro like me.
And then it's
shit.
Jeff.
Hey, Jeff.
I know. When they did the Marvel webcomics, I'm like, that's the best one, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Nice to see Jeff took off.
Hi, Jeff. You're a cute little patootie that'll bite my face off.
This is basically my pet corgi right now. Our little corgi puppy has these kinds of teeth. She comes right at your face and will just nip you,
Yeah.
Like, all right, shark dog. Down, shark dog, down.
Shark Dog. That's his new name, Shark Dog.
Yeah. But I like these brush strokes. They do the little rake bit up in here.
Yeah.
And it kind of simulates kind of like the old ink lines, but
it just adds energy to it.
Yeah. These are all being done in color, no gradient maps too, which is nice.
Yeah.
So, of course, then they'll go, Rob, these were all gradient mapped. I'm like, no, there's a lot of color mixing going on for that. So.
Wait a minute. I know this one. Dr. Doom.
You laugh, but I know you're going to be pre-ordering your tickets next summer.
Probably.
So yeah, no, it's Iron Man, dude. I do think though, like his legs are a little short on this.
A little bit.
Yeah,
He's a short king. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I'm a little bit more for longer legs, shorter torsos.
Yeah.
But whatever. This is
It's not my favorite design.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the face mask I don't like, or it just seems like everybody else has got like a lot of cool shit going on, and this one just seems like.
Well, you know what it is, man, is there's so many variations of Iron Man right now. What do you add that's new? Like with Loki, you can add something you haven't seen to an extent. Like we've seen it, but not like this,
Yeah.
And I'm most certain Agents of Atlas never got this exact version. But even like Mystic and
Magic.
Iron Man, Magic, sorry. Kind of not a lot of room here to innovate.
Yeah.
If I had to do any innovation, what I would have done was slimmed out the waist area a bit more. More Evangelion a little bit, a little less chunky.
That's what I was about to say. I would go more Evangelion.
Yeah, and I would have added the things behind, like they did that in Heroes Reborn, remember? The Evangelion bits?
Yeah.
I mean, it's his arms on the Evas, but they added those. I would have added those Heroes Reborn bits back here. Just to kind of be a little different.
Yeah.
And this chest plate thing, it's really huge, It's really huge. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but I could see it feeling more like Superman on some level. Sometimes they make Superman's emblem and shield too big.
Yeah.
Plus, I think this area, like up in here and here, should be more gold. It's just a solid block of red right here.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of interweaving of gold, which kind of should be a little bit more complex. Like these inside parts here could be gold here, and the back calves coming down to the feet could be gold, and then this midsection could be gold, and it can just kind of, and this like, see right here is these bits right here. These could be gold. And that would kind of unify the color. Because right now it's just a color block if you zoom out.
Yeah.
It's a solid mass of red. All right. All right, Brandon, who are we looking at?
Oh, shit. It is none other than Len Lee, who is he is the agent of Atlas Iron Fist.
So what's Agent of Atlas, Brandon? You got to explain to me because, again, this is not my. I don't read the Marvel stuff. So,
basically, it's basically like a bunch of not like how do I explain it? So you got the Avengers, you got the Hulk, you got like your Speedster, your Flyer, every other super team. You got Spider-Man. This one's more of like your West Coast Avengers type thing, where you got like, like remember Jimmy Woo from the Ant-Man movies?
Yeah.
And okay, so imagine he started his own team, and he basically picked like Gorilla Man and Luna Snow and like Silk, who's like a Spider-Man, Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
So
this sounds like the kind of Marvel stuff we're getting now, where no one cares. So I hate to be, critical, folks, but I think this character looks cool enough to have his own book. I don't think they need team ups. Like I worked on Marvel shirts for almost 15 years, and whenever sales were down, they always reverted to team ups. Right? So it would be like, oh, don't put Wolverine on a shirt, put Wolverine, Hulk, and Ghost Rider. And then you'd be like, why? What do those three have to do with one another? Like, we just got to package them together because that'll sell the shirt. That's what I get a lot of times. They don't believe in the individual books, so they put all these endless team books together. And then they make real team books like the X-Men feel irrelevant, not special, because, every book has a cast of 50 characters. It's kind of a problem. But I do like this mask design where they added, like, it's the classic mask, but it has, like, the seam,
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I think I would like I wonder if this has a costume option, folks. You got to tell me, like, where you can just get the bald cap,
Yeah.
It'd be dope, because I do like the bald cap. Right? And it would be cool if, like, you did, like the red goes underneath, and then came like around, or the red went on top, right? So the yellow's underneath, the red goes on top, and then you have some red on there too. But I like this color scheme, the teal with the red and yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is excellent. And again, these hands, they totally remind me of Danny's art.
Yeah.
So, super Danny to me. Danny would do the lips too, because he's Italian. He's like one of those really good looking people in the world, right? They were born with talent and looks, so he's always doing like the blue steel, and I'm like, you fucking bastard, dude. Dope character like this, and this is pretty awesome Hulk, right?
Yeah.
I don't got a lot of notes. I do think the Capcom feet are ultimately better. I know the Bangus feet. Like, I don't know. I think that obviously in the game they fix it. That's why concept art is concept art. But Danny would. The reason why I mentioned Danny a lot is he would do a lot of this line work and color to give you that kind of those ink marks, And I've always thought it was great, and it's nice to see them actually pulling that off these days. It's look at that. It's like Hulk want me undies, right? We got this. Now it's time for our me undies commercial. No,
Hulk is sexy.
Yeah, it's cool. They use the pop line with the bright green.
Yeah,
that's cool. I don't know about the energy coming from his belt. That does make me laugh a little bit. But good muscles. Good muscles.
That's exactly how I look with my shirt off. Like, it's uncanny.
Well, except you got a giant Macaulay Culkin Joker like all over your abs or whatever, right? Like,
I'm more hairy. I'm more like a polar bear.
So
you just can't see the muscles is all.
I do think this Moon Knight is the way it should have gone. Look, although it's hard to complain about it's a little mean being mean to the Disney Plus version because they had no budget. But I just feel like, this is the theatrical Moon Knight costume.
Right.
Those,
I don't know what the name of those are, but those horoscope looking symbols on his kneecaps are pretty dope.
The onks,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
He's got a little Sub-Zero mask, little darkness mask.
What? Little Taskmaster? Ooh, no.
Yeah.
I know. You say that, and the internet gets super mad. They worked the little moon signs into his belt, which is fun. I wonder, like, these kind of bracer things that Marvel started doing on all their costumes. I wonder if they'll look back and be like, they will. They'll look back and be like, that's so 2000s.
Right.
Namor, this one I'm a little like. There's things I like, but I think it's the face. I'm not the big. I don't know. I'm feeling this Namor. Like,
it's a lot going on for not a lot going on.
I think the staff for me is first off is not. It's not as elegant as I like. I like that he has oversized wings. That's kind of a cool idea.
Because then he can actually fly.
Yeah, and it just, I don't know, it has a different silhouette, which I like. But there's something, I don't know, I think they could have gone more Jay Lee-ish with this one.
Yeah.
With like the goatee or something. Yeah.
It's not my favorite, but it's not my least favorite.
This is where I would be, that's the start. You know? That's the start. But we need to iterate. So I think these sorts of armor bits, there's different ways to do this. I think, again, I would go with something a little less surfer boy and a little bit more biker, you know?
Yeah.
If it were me, but whatever. And this looks dope. This is the chick from Spider-Verse, right?
Penny Parker.
You know all the names, Brandon.
Yes.
Like, speaking of Evangelion, like, I know. But you can see here, like, putting the gray, you're right, in these pops, and then the yellow all the way through. Kind of helps unify it. It's so Gurren Lagann right here. You know?
For those that don't know, Gurren Lagann is a super dope anime from the 90s, late 90s, 98?
Around there, yeah.
Yeah, I want to say.
Early 2000s.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's super awesome. So, is this Psylocke, or is this one of those Agent of Atlases that are supposed to look like Psylocke?
No, that's Psylocke.
Okay.
And if you zoom in to her left eye, it should have the red markings. Yeah, so when she died in the comic books, when Joe Mad was drawing it, she actually died, and then Archangel and Wolverine went to Japan, and she got brought back to life, and she got the red marks on her eyes. Joe Mad did a super dope cover where Samurai Wolverine and stuff was in it. But anyways.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of this. To me, she's like, you know, purple and blue. And this is 4 or 5 different colors. So
I like the sash turning into butterflies. That's cute.
It's an idea. But she needs, like, this is where you got to put those blades, those side blades, into the concept art. You know, like, it needs the side blades here. Sword's too thick. I love a chunky sword, but I'm not buying that. And then the black just is so overwhelming. Just doesn't read Psylocke. If you didn't know better, you know. So I think this is one of the ones where simplicity would have helped a bit more. I think a recolor could solve a lot of this.
Oh, yeah.
But this version right here, it's probably my least favorite. And I love Psylocke, so. Oh, we got 2 rockets. This definitely reminds me of Danny's art. He always had this edgier, triangle-y kind of style.
Yeah.
Super fun. This is a 3D model. This is a paint over. You see this, folks? No one's manually drawing all this.
No.
I would, and I would get yelled at. So this is 3D paint over. But it's expressive. It's good expressive. And what I like in the game is that Rocket's actually the size of a raccoon, unlike in Fortnite where they make everyone the same human size. You know, it's like one of my gripe about. I play Fortnite with some of my friends because it's the only way we can hang out because it's like on every platform and for free. So once a week or once every other week we play, and it's like there'll be Bart Simpson will show up and it'll be like 6 feet tall because everyone has to be human size to be fair. And I'm like, no, just make the hitboxes the same size as the humans. They can be smaller. You know, like Street Fighter solved this problem a long time ago, and this game at least gives the characters their appropriate height. So I do like that. Scarlet Witch. This is pretty much the movie.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, pretty.
I do like the triangles for the zippers. But yeah. Then
Very toned down compared to the other ones. Like she doesn't have like any kind of crazy armor or crazy attachments.
Well,
like
that's the thing too. Like you don't want that on everything because a lot of these characters are effects driven. So you're gonna see the effects more than you're gonna see a lot of those details. You gotta be careful. And that's where an art director's job is to know. And that's why I think Psylocke needs more of this treatment. It needs to be more. No. And this is just the Insomniac Spider-Man with the black instead of a white spider, which is fine. I think it looks cool. It's J. Scott Campbell style face, though, right?
Oh yeah, very angular, very skinny.
Yeah, but those J. Scott Campbell eyes are very J. Scott Campbell-y.
I think it's got a hint of J. Scott Campbell in those eyes. I don't know.
Yeah, you think so, Brandon?
Just a little bit.
You placating me? It'll be the last time you're on my sketch. No.
Gaslighting.
It's not gaslight, it's placating. So I like the acorn on these acorn armor. I've never seen that before, and now I'm stealing that. That's a good idea.
That's cool. Yeah.
Acorn armor on Squirrel Girl that's a baller move.
Yeah.
I would do way more of it where she could do like an acorn shield that comes out like ching 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 ching, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an excellent Squirrel Girl. Right? Like if I had one note, she's got the green here. I probably would have put green on her undershirt.
Yeah.
You know? Or maybe green in the belt just to kind of keep some of that through.
Oh, yeah.
And then maybe these bits right here are green.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And maybe these buckles. Not excessive, but just, little bits. Because right now it's just right there. But someone will go, but she only has a green scarf. She can only have it right there. And you're like, all right, chill out, buddy. Chill out.
Right.
Let's see what else we got, Brandon. Let's see what we got. Star-Lord. I'm not a fan of Starpunk. They made him a little kid, huh? Yeah, I'm not a fan of this.
That's not my favorite.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I'm sure it looks good in game, but this is the size of that buckle.
Yeah.
That's it's like when that guy in the office gets a belt buckle really big, for the first day, and he shows everyone off his buckle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super funny. Not a fan of that one. This is Great Storm.
Oh yeah, that's slick.
Top two or
I like
three.
the little lightning bolt in her hair too. The little bang, like the top of her bang has a little lightning bolt right there.
Like this thing.
Yeah.
Pichu. Yeah, that's dope.
It's her Pikachu.
Yeah, elegant, right? Not over the top. So
No.
looks like a queen. This is the funnest Punisher. They did something like this once, like the Udon Punisher comics, didn't they? Remember they were doing those Taskmaster comics. Didn't someone paint a skull on his face? I saw.
I think it was it the Pat Lee stuff?
That's what I'm saying.
Or Jay Lee. Yeah.
Pat Lee, not Jay Lee. But I want to say I've seen that, but I do like it. I think that looks great.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the skull having bat wings, bat ears right here. I don't think it needs the bat ears.
I think that's the new design because they wanted to get away from it.
It's Batman. Yeah, okay. Look, they're not getting away from it. They should take it back and have them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a dressed cop's wearing his shield in the comics. They should take it head on. All this running away and changing it doesn't do nothing. So Punisher wouldn't run away, right? Like Punisher would get shit done. This is the best over-the-top Punisher. They made a Punisher game back on the PS2 that was really fun. And he was kind of bulky, like the John Romita. Because John Romita Jr. is my favorite Punisher artist. He's got a bit of that big bulk,
Yeah.
I do prefer the Romita nose that's really blunt. Like he's been punched in the face 800 times,
Right, like his face has gotten some damage.
Yeah. And I do think missed opportunity. They could have put the skull here in the gun. I mean, they're doing it. Like you could see here, you know, this technically is the teeth and this is the size. And so they are doing it, but I think it could read a little stronger. But whatever. Excellent. Now I like that they went with the older Odin Thor here, you know?
Yeah.
And I like that this armor right here reminds me of, what's that robot he was fighting in the first movie?
Oh, the executioner?
Yeah, I like that it kind of has like, but I think this execution armor should have been something here, you know? It doesn't have the cape going over.
Yeah.
He probably has the cape in the game, but there's something about the way these pads need to go further back here, see? Like somewhere around here. It's something is off about that. And all the black, so I don't know. But I do like this older face and this helmet. I think the helmet's sick.
Yeah, he's got a nice weathered look to him.
Yeah. And Venom, I mean, it's Venom.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's okay.
It's not great.
I would have preferred the Scotty Young Venom.
That would be cool.
You know,
or even the Roberto Ramos, just something.
Yeah, something different. This is a little. We've seen this a bunch of times in recent years. You know. So, Winter Soldier.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I don't like him in the military OD greens and stuff at all.
Because he's not.
I know.
He's not American. It's not American, so it just reads. I mean, he is, but he isn't. I mean, he is when he was Lucky Bart.
But he's got the star right there, buddy.
Yeah, so he's not Winter. He's Winter Soldier there. So you don't do.
Right. This looks like springtime for Soldier. You know, like.
Right.
Let's move on. Logan, what do you think about this one?
I fucking hate it for multiple reasons.
You don't like it?
First off, why is the metal knuckles for the claws there? Those are only supposed to be on his gloves. They're not in his skin. They're not in his skin. The claws come out between the
Brandon
knuckles.
No. See, this is where I'm going to argue with you on, because
argue with me.
This is a problem of which comic are we talking about? Jim Lee stuff, they were like, sometimes they're circle tubes, mini ones that come out. Sometimes they're big flat knives that come out in between the fingers, you know, or, you know, like, you never, this is trying to find a way to give you both.
Why does he have the metal on his hands?
Because they're trying to give you that tech look with the metal, you know.
Also, his hair, like, that's not Wolverine's hair. That's.
I'm jealous of this hair. I wish I had.
Yeah,
this.
I'm jealous of it too. But
I think as a bald man, you're taking it out on Logan here. Like,
yeah,
this is luscious Nandor, you know, Greek hair, man. Look at that. That is. I like it, man. I've never seen a Logan like this, and yet I have.
I just, you know, you get rid of the metal knuckles. And you have the hair just go up to the points a little bit more, and I'm all in.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's fine as is.
It reads beast to me.
I get that, but I like this. So, you know, and I like the simplicity of the yellow jacket with the blue. You know, and they gave you the shoulder pads without doing the actual shoulder pads, which
that's
smart.
clever with the jacket, the motorcycle jacket. I get it.
Yeah, I like this, man. I like this. We've already seen that Mantis, and then we'll look at some of these. We'll move these off over here. And then let's look at the Thing. Tell me what you think, Brandon. You don't like this? You are a hard man. This is fucking dope, dude. What are you talking about? What a hater.
I like the trench coat version.
You don't like this?
It reads Korg too much with the spikes and the spiky head.
I'll give you that. Like, he should be smooth. I don't want a spiky head. But I love the little folds on his wrists and stuff. You know, I like this big chunky belt. I like the chunkiness of it, and the weight is perfect. Yeah. Overall, I like it. I just think I do agree with you. He should be smooth. He shouldn't be corgi. You know. But I do think I like big chunky dudes. This is pretty awesome.
Can you say that one more time? You like big chunky dudes? You said?
Huh? Hey, who bought who dinner? You think about that, Brandon. You think about that. This is just the in-game. There's another pose. That's a pretty cool pose. But you know, anyone complaining, here's why I think like people are complaining about Shrek right now. Like, not my Shrek, not my face. Well, you know, man, this is not really Thing, but it's still Thing. So chill the frick out. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure they're all playing Marvel Rivals. Not one gripe amongst.
Right.
So I do like it. Sue Storm.
Super dope. I like it. I like the way the 4 is like overlapped like a fabric would. So it's like it goes up and then wraps over. I like the shoulder pads. Yeah, super clean.
I also like with the Fantastic Four that you can invert a blue with white outfit and then a white with blue. It works either way.
Yeah.
So this is, you see, like right here, right? You can just invert it and it plays. And a white 4 is pretty clever.
I like the blue outfit maybe better. That's pretty.
Well, that's the classic Fantastic Four outfit.
Yeah.
Right? But either way, it works. That's what I like about it. Johnny Storm. They're doing the fire effect over, which is interesting, you know? Makes a lot of sense in the game. This is something you can't do in a comic, you know? You know, could you imagine colors? No. It just doesn't work in a comic book. But in a video game it does work, yeah. And then Mr. Fantastic. Brandon, your thoughts?
He's very emo.
Emo. Well, he's got the he's got your beard.
Yeah, but it's
he's got your beard. Brandon, you got that same beard.
My beard's a lot cleaner, but it's just the swoop over the one eye. It's very like, I don't want to sing a song to get you like your video banned, but it's very like, my eyes burn. It's very emo. He's just he's giving Seattle. He is very thirst trappy. He should be cutting wood in a video.
I like it. I don't care. And then finally the Wolverine outfit.
Yeah, that one works. That's cool.
Come on, you're a big fan of Nunez, Eddie Nunez.
Oh, Eddie Nunez. Oh yeah, I got Eddie's books.
This is dope. Super Eddie Nunez to me. So you don't think these work here? These metal?
No, they look. Yeah, they work when they're not on his skin.
Yeah, but they're built into his arm. Like, of course.
That's not. I don't like that.
So you just like it when they pop through the skin?
Yes, because then it's like you don't know it's coming, and then all of a sudden, sneak.
I like this. Although this would anger Marvel editors back in the 90s to no one. I know. Like, they were already complaining about the chunkiness of Sam Keith and Joe Matt at the time.
Yeah.
And this would anger them. Although, why does he have a goatee here and then
I don't know
here? That is odd to me. You know,
that it's very mustachy. I don't know. It's like
I'm fine with it. Just do one or the other. Don't do.
Yeah, pick one.
Yeah. But I do like this, and this is like kind of Age of. They should have just done an Age of Apocalypse where he has like got the metal nub. You know.
Yeah.
So, out of all the designs we got, Brandon, I thought it would be fun to rank, right? So I'm going to go ahead and lock this here. Captain America.
B for me.
B for you?
Yeah, B for
start
Brandon.
there. I'll start there. Let's see. Let's go to Black Widow.
I give that a what does S stand for?
That's the highest.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with S. I really love. She's sleek. She's deadly. She's not over sexualized. She looks like a badass. Like it's very tactical, like that. If I saw that in the movie and like if it was dark and all of a sudden let's say she had some goggles on and the goggles turn on and you just see like
like Siphon Filter. Remember that game? Right.
Yeah, and if she had those goggles with like the 6 eyeballs and they turned red and you saw that shit like a real Black Widow-y spider look, like that shit would be dope.
Yeah. Yeah, I give that S tier. Black Panther?
S. That one is the black, the gold, the chunky the on his forearms, the big chunky claws. Like that's slick right there. That goes hard.
I'll agree with that. Adam Warlock.
That's a C for me or a B. It's not. It's doing nothing for me besides that circle on his face. I don't.
That
like
doesn't make me like him anymore. It doesn't make me hate him, but it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't add anything to it.
Cloak and Dagger.
D.
D.
It doesn't.
That's
there's
an A
nothing.
tier for me.
It doesn't do. There's
A tier.
not a lot.
Do you say D? You think that's a D design? That's way better than Adam Warlock. Are you fucking kidding?
Cloak looks.
I'm not telling you whether you like the characters. I'm saying the designs, Brandon.
Yeah, I don't like Dagger's outfit. I like Cloak's outfit.
No, I
okay, let's go. I'll go C or a B.
Well, we're gonna meet you in the middle and go B.
Okay,
you're nuts. Doctor Strange.
B.
I think it's an A.
C?
It's an A for me.
All right, we'll go A.
I'm giving you one. I'll give that. I like that. I didn't say so. Groot. I'd give that a C or D.
I'd give that a D.
That's a D for me. Yeah. D for me. Hawkeye.
I'd go S or an A. Like I
really an S?
A or B.
That's B territory or C for me.
I'll meet you at C. Yeah, I got a little too hyped with the face.
You went from S to C. How are you meeting me?
Because I was thinking of Joe Mad's Ultimate. It looks like Joe Mad's Ultimate. That's it.
Yeah, but he drew the Ultimates and he looked better in the Ultimates, so I'm gonna go C. Hella?
I'd go a solid S or A on that one, just because that cloak alone with the souls in it.
The souls, the color palette's excellent.
Yeah.
Hulk?
I'd put that at like a C or a D. It does nothing for me. They didn't bring anything to it, and I would have put that instead of on his belt, I would have put it on his like shoulder or chest, so it's like it's been slapped on him like in the movie where that inhibitor was on Thor. Like, and Hulk.
Maybe.
I just
think he could use a little bit more Dale Keown on some level, you know.
Now, if they come out with a Maestro skin, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, I put that as a C. But I like the rendering, but the design itself.
You're far too kind.
I'd give this an A.
I'd go A. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an A. It's an A. Iron Man, I'd give that a D.
Is there anything lower?
Yeah, that needs more. That's an S tier. Jeff is an S.
Oh, Jeff's S. Yeah, Jeff is. He's a league of his own.
Yeah. Loki S tier.
Yeah, definitely. That the helmet, the sash is hanging on the side, the fur, like that little I don't know what to call it. That where it goes. That is like royalty. Like that's dope. I like that.
Right. So, and then your Agent of Atlas.
Luna Snow. I'd give her like a. She just reminds me of Tracer from Overwatch, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. No, it's not horrible. It's just I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
I'd give Magic a D.
See, I would give it an A.
Ooh.
The punk rock look with the torn nylons, the spikes coming off her shoes.
Proportions are all off. I prefer the Bachala proportions.
Okay.
Her sword should be way bigger, and she should be way thinner.
She should definitely be smaller and the sword bigger, that juxtapose of it. So I'd say A or B. Up to you. I can beat you at a B.
B, but I protest. So Magneto, that's a C to me.
Yeah, C.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. He needs to be way. He's too bulky.
Oh,
I like the bulk, and they did bulk really good in the Capcom stuff, but they knew how to like. Bengus's proportions were better off.
He looks like a truck driver that got superpowers.
Well, it's that new X-Force where everyone was black and white and red, and I just also prefer the red, purple colors, you know. But the redesign of trying to take his gauntlet and these things, this needs to be a separate. This should have all been red, really, on this design and gone into the cape or purple. I don't know. This design doesn't work for me. The Mantis, I'll give that a B.
I'll let you have that because I would give it like a C or D.
No, this is dope. I like this. This doesn't copy the movie. It looks better. Like I like look at the bug like thing here that comes up.
Yeah, I mean, I just
it's better than this.
I like the bug aspect of it. I just don't know why they went so like fairy tree leaves. Like I would have went more bug like, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but the bug isn't a color, Brandon. You have to pick the colors.
Yeah. Bug is a color.
All right. Moon Knight I'd give an A.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Thought this was excellent. And I'd be paying attention if I was Marvel. I'd give this a D.
Yeah. I feel nothing that
I probably like this I like this one the least out of all the designs. This one I give a C. It's not bad, but it's not adding anything we haven't seen already. I give this an A.
Yeah, definitely an A. I love the spikes on his forearm. I like the little mohawk he's got going on. The little chunky chain link belt. Like he looks. See, I like the punk rock influence on this one. The mohawk. I
like this. Oh, it comes up to the mohawk. Yeah, that would make me want to play the character. This is my least liked design. So I give.
Now see, I like the design, but I hear what you're saying with the color changes. So if
it's not just the color changes, but it's starting there. You know?
All right, what would you give it?
A D.
Let's go C.
No, we're going D. I'm over you. Yeah. I can't abide. That's an A design to me. And I know it's not doing anything new, and I know I'm contradicting, but I think sometimes you can't reinvent certain things.
You put it wherever you like. It does nothing for me.
Yeah, I'm giving that A. And I think that's a lesson on the Hulk. There isn't enough purple. I think this purple here, his pants should be that kind of purple, and they could have worked like he could have started off with a shirt, and then he rips open the shirt like Hulk Hogan, right? Like,
it just needs a little.
I like this though. I think that's solid. It's a B to me.
Yeah,
it's not bad, but
yeah, it just doesn't. You're not reinventing the wheel.
Yeah, it's somewhere between J. Scott Campbell and Insomnia, which is fine. I like both those designs a lot.
Yeah,
so that's a solid B. Squirrel Girl, I call that an S tier.
Oh yeah, definitely. The
acorn.
That alone is so dope. Yeah. I would never in a million years have thought of that ever.
Yeah. Whoever did this, I see you.
That is some clever shit.
Yeah. This is a D tier for me.
Is there an F tier?
That might be the worst design.
That one is the least favorite.
Yeah, we're gonna do an unofficial F tier because I think that shouldn't have even gone through production.
That design.
Yeah, that's a S tier.
Oh yeah, definitely. She's a goddess.
Yeah. That's the one the movie's gonna have to live up to. The new.
Oh MCU. Yeah, without a doubt. The hair, the jewelry, all of it.
I give this an A.
Yeah, I'd go with
it. It's not quite S, but it's because of the logo and the gun could use some adjustments, but it's excellent. I would be happy to draw that. I gotta do this as fan art. Although, man, this kind of shit in fan art is a pain.
Oh yeah,
you know, to pull off. You know, like fine digital, but in traditional medium, you're like, you son of a bitch. You know. So, but I do like it a lot. I would give this a C.
Yeah. It's fair.
C stacking up. I'd give that a D. Yeah, I'm with you.
Or C. I mean, either you could
choose. We've seen this.
It's just
done better.
Add something different.
That to me is a D.
Yeah, that one just does.
I like the bulkiness, but all of this it's wrong.
Yeah,
it's not right. And then this is gonna be
wherever you want.
Hold on. No. We're gonna come back to that one. Thing.
I'll give you a B if you'd like for that.
I'll accept a B.
Okay.
Let's do Sue Storm.
I give that an A or an S. I really love it. It's
not an S because her face is weird.
Okay, so I'd go with an A or B because I love that.
It's a little like she got that filler technology and it didn't fill out. You know what I mean? Like I'm being mean, but
it's okay.
So it's great, but not perfect. I'd say C.
Yeah, there's not much to work with on that one. It's a guy on fire.
They work as a group though, right?
Oh yeah, if you're a team, yeah.
And then Mr. Fantastic.
B, C,
B.
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't. You seem to like it.
I think it's an A.
There you go.
That's an A tier design. And then the last one, Brandon, we're gonna rank them 2 ways. All right. We're gonna do the Wolverine in costume and the Wolverine in jacket. So let's start with the Wolverine in jacket.
B. Oh wait, with jacket, I'd go A.
You hated this.
I love the jacket. No, but here's the thing: I love the motorcycle jacket. I love the shield or the shoulder pads as part of the motorcycle jacket.
Right,
like that's clever as
like
shit.
they could have done that on the X-Men, the Bryan Singer, and it would have worked just fine, right? Like,
yeah, I hate the white boots. I don't understand the white boots at all. Those aren't riding boots. I've ridden motorcycles all my life, crotch rockets.
Oh, these are snowshoes, man.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Like, why is he wearing a motorcycle jacket but snowshoes?
No, they should be yellow.
Yeah,
or black with yellow trim. Like these could be.
If those were the same blue as the shoulder pads, or in black with the yellow soles at the very bottom, like some Doc Martens, that would put it up
so
there.
So give it an A.
Yeah, I'd give it an A. That's fine.
Right. With notes, an A with notes.
With notes.
And then finally, in costume.
C, B.
Ooh.
C. It's fine. It's fine.
Really? You think? No, it's not a C.
All right, B.
I think it's as good, but I'll give you only in that the I'm not against the goatee. I just need the model to pick one, for the whole game. You can't do both. But it's so similar to what we got in Deadpool Wolverine, but with the comic book proportions,
It's the same costume.
There's differences, but it's very similar,
It's pretty
yeah, and I do like how these little come down here over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. So I'll give you the B. And there it is, folks. That's our rankings.
It has been ranked. and I would love to hear someone's opinion on my rankings, your rankings, their own rankings. If people want to rank things and tag me in your rankings, I would love to debate with you why. Please do.
Yeah, try to find out why Brandon doesn't understand why that's a cool design. Brandon, thanks for hanging out. Make sure you can check out Brandon on his Instagram at Brandon. Where can people find you on the internet?
Mighty James Art.
That's Mighty James Art. Links will be below. You can click on that. And if you'd like to support us, folks, please click on the affiliate links if you want to pick up pre-order Spawn Kills Every Spawn, the trade paperback, available now on Amazon, coming out next summer. And if you pre-order that, maybe they'll hire me and give me another job. We'll do another one. I'd appreciate it. And as always, folks, thanks for hanging out on the Sketchcraft Shout-Out. Be bold.
Keep cartooning.
What's up, crafties? Make sure you follow me, Sketchcraft, at YouTube and Instagram and everywhere else on socials, as well as Jerk Comics on YouTube and on Instagram and all the other socials. You can also check out my stuff at sketchcraft.com, so you can find my art, and you can buy my stuff at shopsketchcraft.com. If you'd like to get some comics I've made, Spawn Kills Every Spawn, issue 1 through 4 on racks at all your comic book shops right now. Issue 5 out December 18, 2024. And the trade paperback coming to you July 29th, 2025, all the way next summer, but we're going to have cause to celebrate. Spawn Kills Every Spawn. Go get that right now. Support the old Sketchcraft, and we'll see you next time. Peace.